Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Quantum Leap Futures Morning Leap Session for Thursday, December the 8th, 2016. My name is Doug McKay. I am the founder of Quantum Leap Futures. Hold on one second, please. Sorry about that. Each morning we get together in this go-to meeting to take a look at the market, macro to micro, take a look at the structure of the market, and then we drill down to our trade levels, our targets, and our hypotheses for the day. This is a subscription room, so if you're interested in checking it out, send me an email at quantumleapfutures@gmail.com. There's no website, there's no blog. It's not a commercial venture. We do everything live here in the go-to during the pre-market session. Then we do live trading and analysis during the course of the RTH trading session. Please read through the disclaimer. Nobody at Quantum Leap is a certified trading advisor. We are retail traders operating within a self-organized learning environment. Past performance is not indicative of future results, and any trades that you see in Quantum Leap are for education purposes only. Please trade your own due diligence, your own trade plan, and your own risk metrics. So news today, we had the minimum bid rate come out of Europe. It stayed at 0. Right now we've got Draghi speaking. We've got the ECB press conference going on right now about that announcement, so be careful. The market's going to be a little bit skittish. We just did go up and make a new all-time high in the Globex in the the March contract. Unemployment rates came out as expected at 258. We've got natural gas at 1030. Other than that, we're pretty much good for the day in terms of scheduled news. Now, I did roll over, so everything we're going to be talking about today is in the March 2017 contract. There is a 5.2 spread between the December contract and the March contract, and we're 5.25 points down from the other contract. Just taking a look at the macro. Of course, I have rolled over, but TOS hasn't, so I had to do just the actual contract. But the key point here is we had this this falling 3 pattern that we were watching on the monthly, which was a continuation pattern, and we have the breakout yesterday and the continuation and a new all-time high. We now have an unadjusted high between the December contract and the March contract. Our December all-time high is 2241.25. Our all-time high on the March contract, what did we put in? 36. So we one-ticked the high from yesterday. But the trend itself is very strong. Going over to the weekly, again, we're getting this continuation pattern on the weekly and a big move up. I would not say that we're going to get the retrace yet. I think we're doing balanced day with a little bit of upside skew. I'm targeting that 2241.25 as my main target above right now. Going to the daily, you can see that we've got good slope and separation after coming down. I mean, this has just been incredible. As it stands right now, we have a 213-point rally that has not had more than a 30-point retracement. That's huge. That's a rally, and who knows how long this can go. Will this be the Santa Claus rally and we just keep creeping higher into the end of the month? We don't know. Going to the intraday, you can see that we are in a balance right now. We did get this foo bar Mr. Sneaky on the 4-hour. We did retrace it a bit, and then we made the high. So, I mean, it did what it's supposed to do, which is to get you in and get funded and look for the technical gap close. Technical gap close is going to be somewhere around the 22.25, 22.26 area if we do price. Could be even a little bit higher in around the 28. We'll take a look at the structure to see where that gap close could be. Going to the 1 hour, you can see that same thing. We closed this one this technical gap through time by going sideways. Very, very balanced profile overnight. Inventory is neutral and very balanced. So we're holding value around the overnight VPOC, which is at 2232. And we just happen to be trading 4 ticks above that right now. So we're in a sideways consolidation mode right now, which could be a stair step up or the beginning to get a bit of a retrace. Going to the 30-minute, again, same thing. We just basically chopped around all night. Went down. I think the low of the night was 1 tick above the VPOC from yesterday. What was the low of the night? 22.2750, and the VPOC, I've got it as 22.27, but we'll look at it when we get to that chart. So sideways consolidation, no real indication of what the trend is coming in. 15-minute, same thing. I mean, we're just in a completely sideways move. We made the move, and then we've gone sideways. Even the news did not create much of a move. We pushed up into the 22.36 and then came right back down. Looks like we're trying to make a little bit of a move, but right now we're holding above the 9 and the 20. But it's really a tough go saying which way this is going to go into the RTH session. Taking a look at the big picture now, the structure doesn't change, but all the pricing does because of the 5.25 point spread. So, just to give us context, I always like to deal in context. We had this very long-term balance that we were in for most of 2016. And then we had the gap up, and we had the breakout, and we accepted value at 2167.50, moved up, accepted value higher at 78.50. So who's trying to call me? Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that. So we broke out, we accepted value, moved up, accepted value at 78.50, and then we kept on moving up, and then they were trying to hold value right here at the 2190s. They couldn't. They came back down, and then we started to move up. We had our gap up, and the 2-day VPOC, accepted value at the 98.50, and then yesterday we were talking about this yesterday that we were accepting value and we were in balance sideways consolidation and that we were likely to get a breakout. We just didn't know which way, if it was going to be back down to test some of these lower levels or to break out. And of course they break out. We had a full session range yesterday of 34.5 points. Not terribly huge, but we went and broke that previous all-time high at 22.1375 and equalized the Globex and the RTH high. Now we've gone in and put in a new all-time high at 22.36 just in this last Globex, and so we're going to have an unequalized high, although it's only one tick difference. But we do have an unequalized high for the December contract, which is up at 22.41.25. So very thin profile here as we worked our way up. They never looked back. Very shallow pullbacks on the trend day, and now we're we've held value higher overnight and held this CHVN here at 22.27, which is our VPOC, and that's an important important thing to distinguish, is that we were unable to come down and get below VPOC. A lot of volume went off at 22.27. So as long as we hold above this, buyers are still in control, and we should get continuation higher. So taking a look at the overnight, like I said, the overnight, very, very, very strong balance, good kurtosis, good Gaussian distribution. doesn't get much better than that, and it centers around the 22.32, which is going to be our overnight VPOC, and that's not likely to change. A couple ticks above our close. Our close was 22.31.25, so our naked close is just below the overnight VPOC. Our overnight high is at 36. Now, I've got 36. I don't know if this is just a bad tick, but the high was really 22.35.75, and we just put in a new high, but it's showing that we've got a double top right now. I consider it a weak high no matter what. And then our overnight low is down at 22.27.75. Just above our VPOC. So we're basically traded overnight both these distribution zones in the upper distribution of this trend day, and this was very much a trend day. So that's all the information we need on that, so we can get rid of that. There's not much information that we can glean from here, but we'll just bring it up anyway. Now, anytime you get new territory, there's no structure to lean against, so we have to use the most recent structure, which isn't good either because it's a trend day. Value area means nothing on a trend day, so we have to look at the distribution zone. So, of course, the first trade area I'm going to be looking at is at the 22.30.75, just below the closing swing low and just below the naked close. And then below that, you've got to be targeting the 27.75 and the 27. And then there's really not a lot of structure down here until we get back to the VWAP and the midpoint and this LVN where they made the next leg up on this move. So I'm going to put a trade level there. And then anything below that, I've got to be targeting the previous all-time high at the 22.13.75. And then below that, we've got the IB, and where the VPOC was for a lot of the day. A lot of volume went off at this 22.07.75. That was that 22.11.50 area adjusted to this contract. And then below that, we're looking at coming in and testing the low of the day at 22.02.50. And then below that, we get into the lower distribution. Remember, this day prior had a double distribution, which was the 06.25, 06.50, which is now 01.25. So I'm actually going to move this trade level down here to the LVN of the double distribution day, and then I'll be targeting where the VPOC was in the lower distribution down at 98.25. That is also 98.25 is the most traded price in the micro composite of the balance that we just broke out of. So look for them to come down and test that if we get back below the prior day and that LVN up at the 22.01. Those are the main key levels for the downside. The upside, well, we break above 22.36. You know, I'd be looking for a continuation and a push up into the 41.25. There's a measured move up into the 50 area. We're going to be looking at some more of the measured moves a little bit more. Our 20-day ATR upside target is 51.50 off of the high overnight of 22.36. Our downside daily ATR target is 22.12.04. So just below the previous all-time high. All right, so that's our levels. Again, there's not much to go by. We're currently above the 24-hour value area high and above the Keltner center line. A move up to the upper Keltner will take us up to 2238. Just want to take a quick look at any measured moves that might not have been taken out. I want to take a look at this one right here. So we go off to the bottom of the impulse, and this is one big impulse wave. And all right, the extended, we already hit the primary target. I knew we did that. The extended target on this is 2240 and a quarter, which is just below the December all-time high. There is a zipper, measured move, extended. Okay, and that's good until we get back below, that's valid until we get back below the 2205.50. So, which is not likely to be invalidated today. So, hypothesis. Well, I'm looking for a balanced day with continuation up to new highs again. Sorry, I'm going to fix this. So I'm looking for a open auction in range, or an open auction just inside of range, and then I'm looking for responsive selling down towards the 30, 75, or the 27, and I'm looking for initiative buyers to step in here and start walking us up, okay, towards the all-time high at 36. I expect to take the overnight high out. Very important to pay attention to this overnight low. If we come down and we hold the 22.30.75 and fail to take out this overnight low, you've got a real nice target with the all-time high and the overnight high being right here. So I'd be looking for any buying coming in at this first little LVN and the close from yesterday and holding in this upper distribution. I don't think we're likely to do that. I think they're going to try to push it down to sucker in all the shorts so that they can turn around and rip them. So hypo 1 is open auction in range, a move down, failure to either get below the 22.30 or the 27, and then start walking our way up towards the 40 and a quarter and 41 and a quarter to equalize the highs. And then I think we start grinding and going sideways and maybe get a late day probe higher. But who knows? We don't know, we have no idea how high this can go. So, but I think it's not going to be another trend day. I think it's going to be a balanced day with an upward skew. Hypo 2 is basically a balanced day, but in opposite direction. We hold the 2030, we open auction in range, push up, do an early breakout, come up, and somewhere between the 36 and the 41, maybe even a little bit higher, we find responsive sellers and they start pushing it down towards the 22, 20, kind of get used to the 22s, 22.27, and take out this naked VPOC, and then start filling in this area right here between 27 and 13, and basically just filling in the profile and determining fair value in this breakout. We're going to have to fill this in, and the buyers and sellers are going to have to find where they like value up here. So hypo 2 is a failure to take out the overnight low and push through to the all-time high somewhere up here, finding responsive sellers and then working our way back down to 27, chopping around there, and then pushing down and chopping in this lower distribution and between the 13 and the 27. That's hypo 2. Hypo 3 is a early break, leaving the overnight low, and a continuation day and a push up through to the 51 area and another trend day. We have to have it as a possibility because the fact that we're dealing with such strong price acceptance overnight around that 22.30. And remember, I put in the room that that thing that Fari put in on Twitter about the fact that the call buyers, the major option players, there's some big players that have some March options in the 2400 range, and they're going to try to push this up so they can probably cash out before the end of the year. And there's a lot of upward pressure on the option price. But the caveat to all of this is hypo 4. And hypo 4 is the fact that on Thursday and Friday of the week before expiration, basically the Pitbull theory that generally you'll put in a week low on Thursday or Friday before the options expiration. So hypo 4 is failure. Hypo 4 is a failure to break out or a false breakout, and then sellers take control and push us down. Our week low, and I doubt we'll hit the week low today, but if they're going to make a move for it, they're going to have to try to make some type of move down today. Our week low is down at 21.74 and a quarter. So I think that because of the situation, that probability or that theory is not likely to play out, but they might try to, push it down. So hypo 4 is failure to break out, failure to take out the December all-time high and then push through and get a trend day and take back the whole day, okay, and come back into this gap area. We still have an open gap between the, just moving things around. We have an open gap between the, I forget what day this was. This was the 2nd, December the 2nd. We have that gap. It's only a couple point gap, but it's still down there in the 94. It was in the 98.75 to 97 and a quarter, I believe, but it's been adjusted down. So those are my main hypotheses. Again, both the hypo 1 and hypo 2 is about balance in the session, but one with a upper skew, one with a downward skew. That's going to complete our pre-market session. I know it's went a little long, but these rollover days have a tendency to have a lot to talk about. Anyway, everyone trade well, trade safe, and we'll catch you on the flip side.